Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm doing my January favorites for you. So I've got a couple of skincare products, I've got a couple of makeup products, and I've got some makeup tools to show you. And then right at the end, I've just got a couple of new products that I've recently received that I'm trying out. So let's get started. So I'm gonna start with my skincare products. So if you watched my nighttime skincare routine, you would have seen me fawning about this Aesop Camellia Nut Facial Hydrating Cream. So I've been using this for probably about, I want to say about 4 months. So I ordered some products online and the company I ordered them off sent me some free samples, and they sent me a sample of this moisturizer. So I thought, oh, I'll give it a try. And I immediately loved it. So I put it on my skin at night time and my skin instantly just felt so soothed and so calmed. It was just amazing. So the next day I went straight to the Aesop counter in my local David Jones. So they come in 120 mils and they come in 60 mils. So I bought the 60 mil one because I thought I want to make sure I really love it before I invest in the big jar. I actually ended up using it morning and night. So it is quite a rich cream. But my job, I spend my whole day in air conditioning, so I really benefit from having that kind of rich moisturizer on to hydrate my skin all day. And yeah, I absolutely love it. I can't live without it. So as you can see, I went and bought the big jar. So I bought this probably about a month ago now, and yeah, still madly in love with it. So I think I'm just gonna keep using it. I can't see a reason I would get another moisturizer. Okay, so the next skincare product I want to talk to you about is the Badescu Drying Lotion. So I heard about this product on another YouTube channel. I only thought you could actually get it in America, so I kind of thought about it and then brushed it off because I didn't know where to get it from. Anyway, I was in my Mecca store a couple of weeks ago and I saw the Badescu product range and I was like, oh. So I went and had a look and they had the drying lotion. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get it. I've heard amazing things, I'm gonna try it. And can I just tell you, it is phenomenal. So how it works is it's got the liquid and it's got the sediment in the bottom. So you're not allowed to shake it, you have to keep them separate, and you dip your cotton pad through the liquid into the sediment and you lift it out and the sediment's kind of attached to the cotton bud with the liquid around it, and you literally apply it directly to any blemishes on the skin. So ingredients wise, the main ingredient in it is alcohol, so it is incredibly kind of drying, which is amazing for drying up blemishes. And then it's got a lot of powders in it, so it's got calamine, camphor, sulfur, zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, talc, glycerin and salicylic acid. So basically what it does, you put it on a blemish, the alcohol dries the blemish out, all the kind of sediments help to detoxify and take all of the bacteria and things out of the blemish, and then the salicylic acid helps to kind of heal the blemish. So every night, probably for the past couple of weeks, I've been any kind of little redness marks, like early blemishes, current blemishes, I've been applying it straight on. It dries like almost immediately, so when you go to sleep it doesn't kind of like move around, it doesn't go on your pillow or anything. And then you wake up the next morning and the blemishes are almost gone. Like it really heals them. It doesn't heal them completely overnight, like it's not pure magic, but it definitely helps to speed up the healing process. This is definitely an amazing product to try. If you can get hold of it, definitely pick it up and give it a try for any of those unruly blemishes. So I'm going to start with a couple of primers, which are my current favorites. So the first one, is my Benefit Porefessional Pore Minimiser. So what I do is I just use it through the center of the face where I'm a little bit porous. So just where I've got a little bit of extra texture in the skin. And I definitely find it makes a difference. Like I find my makeup sits a little bit more flawless. When you're wearing it, like I feel like you think, oh, I can still see my pores, like it's not incredible. But then when you do your makeup without it, that's when you see a difference because you're like, wow, like my skin looks so textured. So it's got to the point now where I wear it probably every single day that I'm going to wear foundation, just because it definitely does make a difference. You need to do the test, you need to wear it one day and then do the same makeup the next day without it, and you can definitely see it makes a difference. So this is my current favorite primer for that problematic area through the middle. Now a primer that I discovered a couple of weeks ago, I haven't actually used it in a video yet, but I've been trialing it when I'm not filming videos, and it's a Laura Mercier Hydrating Facial Primer. So Laura Mercier do a ton of primers all for different skin types. So I picked up the hydrating one because my skin's a little bit dehydrated and I am loving it. So I'm definitely finding it's keeping my makeup in place. It's definitely keeping my skin more hydrated, but it's not making my skin too oily, which is a troublesome thing that I find with hydrating primers. I find that my skin gets oily because it's like keeping it super hydrated, but this one doesn't do that. It keeps it at that perfect balance. So this is definitely a great primer for me. So one of the top ingredients in it is glycerin, which is a product that I tend to always look for in primers. Glycerin is an ingredient that's like tacky. So basically what it does is it makes the primer abrasive, so when you kind of touch your skin you feel like it's like... So when I put my foundation on, I find it really sticks to it. Oh, all these itchies. Okay, next makeup products, I've got a couple of concealers. So I've been using these for a while and I always go back to them. I try other ones and I tend to always go back to this combination. So the combination is my Giorgio Armani Master Corrector in number 2 and my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in light pale. So the Master Corrector, I use that first, and as you've seen in my other videos, I apply it directly to that very dark corner of my eye. So where I'm kind of like really grey and blue, kind of right on that inner corner. So how it works is it's a salmon-based pigment. So when you put anything that's like an orange salmon base on top of anything like a blue purple base, it helps to make it disappear. So if you're incredibly dark around your eye area, I would definitely say give something like a color corrector a try. Use that underneath your normal concealer and then you'll find you won't have to apply such a heavy concealer. You can kind of get the colour correction without having to use a full coverage concealer. So the Instant Age Rewind concealer, I have been using this for a while as well, and again I love it. So it's quite lightweight but it's good coverage. It doesn't settle into fine lines, it's not greasy, it doesn't kind of move around. I do have to set it. I do use my Mercier translucent powder to set it, but that's a habit. Like I think whenever I put anything under the eye, I set it because I'm quite limey, so things tend to settle in lines. It doesn't dry, it doesn't go kind of crepey, it stays nice and hydrated. And like I said, it's a pretty good coverage. So I work that in with my damp beauty blender when I'm applying it, just to again give some extra hydration. And I'm using the colour Light Pale. So the last makeup product I'm going to show you is my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. So I've been using this for a while as well, absolutely love it. So basically it is a full matte eyeshadow palette. It's got your neutral shades, it's got your cool shades, and it's got your warm shades. So these big ones at the top are great transition colours. So I tend to use this one most because it's nice and warm, so it gives me like a warm transition colour. This one's great if you have like nice pale skin and you want like a nice cool makeup look. And then this one here is like an excellent kind of all over wash of matte colour. And then these ones down here are great for contouring. So if you're looking for a general matte eyeshadow palette, I would definitely recommend this one. The formula's nice and creamy, it's very heavily pigmented, very easy to blend, very easy to work with. I can kind of pick up a brush, put the product on and shove it through my contour and it blends itself nice and easily. So yeah, so this is definitely one of my go-to eyeshadow palettes. I'm actually wearing this shade here on my eyes today through my contour. So you can see it's beautiful and easy to blend. Love it. Okay, so the first tool that I want to show you is my makeup sponge by Chi Chi. Sorry it's dirty, I just used it. So I was in Target about a month ago and I was looking at some different drugstore brands and I saw the Chi Chi brand. And I saw they had a whole shelf dedicated to these beauty sponges. They had a ton of them. So I wasn't sure because you know the formula's never exactly the same as a beauty blender. The kind of texture and everything's quite different. So I went and spoke to the sales assistant and I said, are these popular? And she said, all I know is that I'm constantly having to refill these shelves. Like they're constantly selling out and I'm having to restock. So I thought, well, that sounds promising. So I think it was $6 Australian. So that's really reasonable compared to the price of a beauty blender. I think beauty blenders are $30 here. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. So I picked this one up first and used it and I loved it. I think it is a really good dupe for the beauty blender. It's not exactly the same. The kind of texture and stuff is a little bit more different. Like this one's a little bit more kind of like dense, I find. Like it's a bit denser. So I use it damp and like I said, it does a really fantastic job of applying my foundation. So yes, I'm definitely going to keep using these. I picked up another one, which is this one here, sorry, also dirty. And this one's your kind of like typical fat top, pointy bottom. So I've been using that as well and yeah, I'm very, very happy. I've washed them, they haven't kind of deteriorated, they seem to be kind of holding up really well, so definitely a good dupe to try. Okay, so my current favourite brush brand, which obviously if you've been watching my videos you'll know is Zoeva. So when I used to live in the UK, Zoeva's a German brand, so I used to be able to get the brushes really readily. When I moved to Australia I kind of struggled to get them. I was in Sephora about 2 months ago and I saw Zoeva and I was like, are you kidding? And I saw they had a full stand of all the Zoeva makeup brushes and I was like, so I went and had a look. They had the full range, they had all of the brushes that I'm currently using, and it was just the happiest day of my life. Love these makeup brushes. So they're very inexpensive. I think a powder brush is about 30 Australian dollars, so really reasonably priced, and they're very, very good quality. They're very soft, very good at their job, so I'm super happy with this brand. So my top 5 brushes, 4 of them are face brushes, and then I have one eye brush that I'm loving at the moment. So the first one is the 131 Luxe Face Definer. So I use this to apply my face powder all over the face. It's beautiful and soft, but it's quite dense, so it applies a generous kind of amount of product. It's got that beautiful taper, so really good for kind of getting into all the little grooves. Love it. The next one is the 126 Luxe Finish Brush. So I use this to apply my bronzer. It's quite narrow, but then it's quite wide, so it's got the kind of 2 sides to it, and it's quite nice and dense, so good for applying a decent amount of product. I use it to apply my bronzer, so kind of right the sides of my face, a little bit down into my cheekbones, and it does a fantastic job. It's definitely the best brush I've ever used for that purpose. I think it's because of the shape, because I kind of use this side here and just kind of use it to apply the product. And again, it applies it quite generously. Next one is my 109 Luxe Base Paintbrush, and I'm using that to apply my contour. So it's a similar shape to this one, but it's got that beautiful flat top, which means it's got like a nice kind of sharp corner. And I use it to apply my contour under my cheekbone. So I literally just take the kind of sharp edge and press it right into my contour. So you can see I'm just taking along, creating that line, and then you use the flat top to kind of blend it out. So yeah, I'm really loving that for applying my contour. Again, nice and dense, so it applies quite a good amount of product, but it's still soft enough to create a beautiful blend. Great contour brush. The next one, which I love, it is like my favoriteest makeup brush of all time, is the 142 Concealer Brush. So basically it's like a really tiny dome-shaped buffing brush. It is incredible for applying concealer, applying eye primer, working concealer into kind of any small areas. Great for working any creamy products into the skin. So I use it to buff in my Master Corrector. I use it to apply my eyeshadow primer, and I also use it sometimes to kind of work in any concealer on blemishes or kind of like around these areas here. I absolutely love it. I cannot live a day without using it. And like I said, I use it for a few different things and it's just fantastic. If you're looking for something to kind of work in some creamy products around the skin, I would definitely recommend this brush. So my last Zoeva brush is my 227 Luxe Soft Definer brush. This is just the best eye brush that I've ever come across. So it's super fluffy, it's got a beautiful kind of wide tip to it, and it's just incredible for working product into the eye contour. So I use it every day to apply my kind of transition color. So I literally just apply the color to the end and I just buff it through. I take the flat end down to the outer corner, work it through, and it just applies it spectacularly. Like, I love it. Okay, so last tool product is my Dr. Bronner's Magic Soap. So I use this to clean my beauty blenders, my makeup sponges, and my makeup brushes, and I love it. It's like a completely organic oil-based soap. So all the ingredients in it are all oils, it's all organic, it's completely safe to use on your skin, so you can definitely use it on your brushes, and it just does a superb job of cleaning your brushes. So because it's oily, it goes a really, really long way. So I just dispense them into a Tupperware tub, and then I take my brush, damp it, dip the brush into the oils, and then kind of work it on my hand, and it literally just dissolves all that makeup on the brush. It takes me like a quarter of the time to wash my brushes than rather than using a shampoo, because it just dissolves that makeup like instantly. With my makeup sponges, just pour it onto the sponge, work it in, and again, it completely cleans my makeup sponges. It's just an incredible product. It's very reasonably priced. I think this bottle here, which is 238 mils, weird size, was like $7 or something, 7 Australian dollars. It wasn't a lot. And then you can buy it in really big sizes as well. So I only bought the small one just so I could give it a try, make sure I liked it, but I will definitely be buying the bigger sizes. So I bought the cherry blossom scent, and it actually smells like cherry blossom. Like, it's so beautiful. Like it smells like glacier cherries. Like, it's just heavenly. Okay, so now to finish off, I've just got a couple of new products that I've recently received and I've been trying. So the first one is my Lipland liquid lipsticks. So Amra, also known as Amrezy on Instagram, she did a collaboration with Lipland and she launched some liquid lipsticks. So she launched Brooklyn, she launched Montenegro, and the other one's called Razy. So when I bought them online, they only had these two in stock. So I definitely wanted to give them a try, so I bought them. The one that I'm wearing today is called Brooklyn. So it's like a beautiful neon coral red. Like, it's just a beautiful colour. It's very unique. There's not a lot of products around that have got this colour. Now, I have got a little bit of lip gloss on top, but these products, they do set incredibly matte. Which for me, I'm not used to, so I find it a little bit uncomfortable. So I just popped a tiny little bit of like a clear lip gloss on top just to give it some moisture. And it's made it like so comfortable. Like, it's beautiful. I haven't tried this one yet. I need to find the right moment to try it because it's very intense, but it's beautiful. But yeah, so far I'm absolutely loving these products. The other one that I received was the So Seductive, which is one of Lipland's normal kind of regular shades. And again, it's like a beautiful kind of like a coral nudie pink. So I'll give you a little swatch just so you can see the colours. So these are the three colours here. So Montenegro, Brooklyn, So Seductive. You can see the colours are just beautiful. They're completely opaque. I used a little bit of lip liner around it just to kind of really tight line my lips. I like to overdraw a tiny bit because my lips are quite small. But to be honest, you don't really need lip liner. You can literally just apply this by itself and you're good to go. Now, the other liquid lipsticks that I bought were from a company called Lsat'j. So Lsat'j is an Australian company. They purely only sell lipsticks. They have normal lipsticks and they have liquid lipsticks. I think they've got some glosses as well. So they have liquid lipsticks in 5 shades. They've got these 3 here, which are kind of like beautiful nude kind of mauvey colours. And then they have a bright red, and then they've got like a really dark colour. So because I bought the Lipland ones, I wanted to get some different colours to try. So I got these 3. So I'll do a little swatch for you. So these are the 3 colours here. So they're a lot more kind of pastel-y and nuder than the Lipland ones. So we've got like a flat kind of nude lilac. There's more of a kind of pinky pastel, and then there's more of like a purple pastel. So I wore the purple shade to a wedding a couple of weeks ago. I had to work before the wedding doing some makeups, and I went to the wedding straight after. I put this on at about 11. And I didn't need to touch up until about 7 o'clock, just when I was going to the function for the wedding. Incredibly long lasting, incredibly comfortable. It didn't dry as much as the Lipland ones, so it was a little bit more comfortable for me, not being used to a full matte lipstick. Very opaque. Didn't need to use a lip liner or anything like that, so I was very impressed. I haven't tried the other 2 colours yet. I haven't had chance, but I would definitely be giving them a good try. Absolutely love them. Great job, Lsat'j. And my last product that I've been trying out is the Nivea Mens Post-Shave Balm. So as you'll know if you're a big YouTube fan, this product is kind of going super crazy at the moment. So Nikki Tutorials was the one who actually discovered this product. She was using it one day because she left her moisturizer at home and she was staying with her boyfriend, and this is all she could find in the cupboard. So she wore it and she put her makeup on top, and she was saying that her makeup lasted incredibly well. Her skin looked amazing, etc. So she realized that this was the reason. So I think ever since then she's been using this, I think, every day as a primer. Every time she films she uses it anyway, and she absolutely loves it. So it's $9 Australian dollars in our supermarket, so I thought for that price I'm going to give it a try. I used it a couple of times. Again, the main ingredient in it is glycerin, which is, like I said in the Laura Mercier primer, a good ingredient for primers. I think that's why she really loved it as well. So I gave it a try. It definitely did that kind of glycerin sticky feeling. So when my foundation went on, it went on super beautiful, super flawless, and it kind of really stuck to the primer. The only problem I had with it is that it made my skin a little bit oily. So I found kind of halfway through the day I was looking kind of extra shiny, more shiny than I would normally would with another primer. So that was the only downfall for me. It did make my skin feel super soft, and it smells amazing. Like, it smells like a really beautiful man. But do I love it? I can't say I do. I think if someone's really dry or dehydrated and they don't have any oils in the skin, it probably would do a really great job. But just for me, it made my skin a little bit kind of oily, a little bit greasy. I think if I was wearing a super matte foundation, I probably would use it underneath and give it a try for that and see if it made a difference for that. But at the moment it's kind of sitting in the back of my drawer and I'm not reaching for it. So it means it's definitely not one of my favorites. But yeah, like I said, I can see why Nikki loves it, and I can see that for some people it would be a fantastic, very, very reasonably priced primer. Okay, so I think that's everything. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that. That was my first ever favorites video, so it was really fun to actually talk to you guys and do some talking out loud instead of, you know, putting some makeup on. If you've got any questions about any of the products or you want any kind of stockists or anything, please leave me a comment down below. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I really hope to see you on the next one. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!